Hello everyone, my name is Omo and this is Chatzone on youth.com. Today our focus is price for change. There's always a sacrifice to be made for change, but are we really ready for this change? And to do justice with me today, I have Joshua, an in-house panelist.
Hello.
You're welcome, Joshua.
Thank you.
I also have Balade, another in-house panelist.
Hi everyone, thank you, Omo.
I have Ajibade Omishade. He's an actor, a model, and an MC.
Basa.
He was in the Ambo House.
First
runner for Ambo.
Ambo 4.
Of Ambo 4. You're welcome, Ajwadi. And we have Tony Payne, the CEO of Tony Payne Concerts. She's an artist manager and an event planner. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, for me, I believe change is what everyone desires. When it comes to sacrifice, everyone has a rebound. Balade, what do you think?
Wow. Okay, well, there's always a sacrifice to be paid for every positive change that will occur in any environment. I'll give an instance, like somebody gave that example somewhere, said if chairs were properly arranged in a place and you needed to clean up the floor or do something and you have to rearrange the chairs and you put them all in a corner, you find out that the chairs, of course they can't speak now, but they're like, oh, why can't we just sit the way we were and everything? But after the floor is clean and everybody wants a good thing, the floor is clean, yes, and then they bring you back to the way you were, as long as you don't constitute a nuisance now, in quotes, at that point. Okay,
Tony Payne, I'll put this question to you. Okay. We usually say, okay, the government is slow in responses to what we want and what we think is good for us. But there are some instances the government do not directly ask for our opinions, but they make very, very massive changes, like breaking down buildings that obstruct town planning. Do you think our opinion should be sought at every point in time to make these changes?
I think the reason for that, I'll sort of, in a way, defend the government because I think Nigerians as a whole, we need reorientation. Okay. We need reorientation. We have this mindset of we don't like change. We're comfortable in our environment.
Do we like
no, we don't. We say we do. We say we like change, we want change, but we're not ready to sacrifice what it takes to get that necessary change. We want it to just happen. We don't want to inconvenience ourselves.
Could that be the reason why, a road is meant to be constructed and they put 6 months and then they start, we have gutters being dug up, we have traffic, and people keep complaining, do they have to do it now? Do they have to do it now?
Then when would they do it?
To an extent, I was listening to someone. I said, most of the time, what we see, the variances between the first world countries and the third world countries is most of the cities of these first world countries, a man wants to invest in something now. He doesn't look at, do I get this return instantly? He looks and says, okay, over time, if this builds, now what do I get at the end of it? So he's patient enough to go through the rigor,
we prefer instant gratification.
Exactly. So now we need to start understanding the fact that if these changes need to come in place, we need to settle ourselves to one extent where these things can arrange themselves better, then we cannot benefit from it. It's something we need to know that individual discipline needs to come in place.
Definitely.
Yeah, just want to have something to say.
There's something about Nigerians. They don't like feeling the pain. It's just like you perspiring for a perfect body and then you go to the gym house, you want to build up your body and then don't want to feel the pain.
Yeah.
I was there and then I saw on the wall, no pain, no gain. So it is something that Nigerians should just know that if they want the change that they are perspiring for,
we have to change our way of thinking. We have to change our way of thinking. That's why you can see, like, a lot of times you have grown men that will still run to their parents and say, oh, I need
this, I need that.
I mean, come on, your
whatever.
family can help you and all those other good things. But if we change our way of thinking, not to be so dependent on getting it done, just the way we think needs to change.
Recently, I went to Benin also.
Yeah.
And I saw the airport road. And wow, I was like, this is fantastic. Such a small road straight down to the airport.
But you should have seen when they were actually doing those roads. The whole place was filled with mud. As in, when it's not raining, it's dusty. When it rains, the place is terrible. Recently, I went to Onitsha and I passed through Asaba, the road where you have the new airport, and I was like, I just imagine that. I'm sure a lot of people would have gone through hell when this road was being constructed. Yeah. So we have been able to understand that, you know, we have buildings that have been demolished in order to go back to the initial town plan. What else do we have to compromise in order for development, for change to take place?
Well, there are different issues, but I think paying your tax is one of the ways that you can do that. Okay. We see adverts of Funke Akindele. They say, "Shey you they pay your tax? I have paid my tax," or something. Yeah. And then there's the
here we can have funds.
The BRT buses they have in Lagos is not just government's money. It is your money. So what do you call it? Outside of Lagos, even in Ogun State, they provided them with buses. In Edo State, you know, different states, and your taxes actually have participated. And if you think the government is ripping you off, somebody is giving you some papers that all in the name of tax, and you know that this thing is suspicious, ask questions. Yes. That is why there are programs like this on TV. Send your questions to house. You have numbers scrolling on the screen, you know, you'll be able to.
What else, what else do you think we need to, what else do you think we need to put in place for change to take place?
Well, one issue that is pending in Nigeria as a whole right now is the issue of power, you know, electricity, the infamous NEPA to PHC. I think one way we could also help with that is to conserve energy. Okay. You know, when you don't need to put on your light, don't put on your light.
But this also part of the issue whereby we have to help government to protect properties, whereby we don't just vandalize properties because we think it's government property. If we vandalize those properties, we'll still use our money again to replace those properties.
And
who says it's government property?
You shouldn't be vandalizing properties in the first place because you want your environment to look okay. So why would you just?
I think one
and the thing is, when Nigerians experience change, they should not get into violent acts. Like something is happening here, something is happening, and then they're not doing it right, and then they want to riot and say, no.
We're aggressive. We have aggressive nature.
Then one thing we need to understand: these changes are for us, not for foreigners. Let's be very frank. It's for actually foreign investors who come in place, but it's basically for we that we own it. So we need to actually stop this I don't care attitude we keep putting forward.
Okay, so any last word from you, Bolade?
Well, I would say it doesn't just happen at once. Exactly. It's a gradual process. Work with the government. You don't understand anything, ask. That is why you have the media to communicate what you have to say to the government. So, and remember that you have to be inconvenienced to become convenient wherever you are.
Okay, so Ajibade, any last words?
Let's discipline ourselves. Let's put checks and balances within our society. And this change will not convenience us to that extent because we know we are doing it together.
All right, thank you very much, Tony Payne. Any last words?
I think he gave the key word here, discipline. Exactly. You know, once we have discipline, everything else falls in place. Once we know what we need to do and how we need to do it, gradually things start to fall in place. And I always stress this, we need reorientation. The way we think needs to change. Definitely.
All right. So thank you everyone for coming on the show. Bolade Joshua, Ajibade, and Tony Payne.
Thank you.
All right, viewers, you've heard all they have to say. Change is something that is inevitable. All we need to do is adapt to it, understand, discipline ourselves, accept this change, assist government to make this change happen. Thank you for watching Chat Zone once again. Stay tuned for more on news.com.